Okay, we're back. Fraps ran out of space there for a second, so I popped the recording off and reloaded everything. So all these guys will probably take a couple of minutes to pop back into position, but rest assured, the battle is still occurring. You didn't miss much. I think I'm not really sure where I cut off. I think when Stuart got routed, but no more pushes were made up the side of the mountain so far. Still just holding on top of Culp's Hill. I think we still hold all victory conditions. And yeah, Jones is running off. Looks like O'Neill, though, shifts down to try and flank us from this side. I wonder what this is. We have definitely lost more than 6,000 men by this point. Or 8,000, or however many men we were getting as reinforcements, I don't know. It's been a couple of days, actually. I had to compress some files, since they were taking up the bulk of space. I had to compress 3 more episodes and put them into position. So I'm honestly just here to try and polish off Gettysburg real quick. Looks like O'Neill advances. Could get Buford to move over here. Honestly, not much interesting has happened in this battle. There's been no tactical maneuvering. It's just been hold the line. And I mean, hold they have. Du Bois, routes Hayes. But it's just been a terrible sight watching these rebels trying to come up the damn hill. Damn poor farm boys. Goddamn idiots. I wonder how many of these men have been with us from the beginning. It's something that's always interested me with numbers like this. Because you could conceivably keep track of it. You could have a list of the men who started with you, and every time you reinforce, you generate a new it basically just is a list with a set of reinforcements and numbers, and every loss you take has a random chance based on how many men are in the group to be from that number. So you could wind up with a certain number of the men who started the war with you. It'd be a fairly easy mechanic to implement, in my personal opinion, since you already have the numbers in the unit here. Just a nice little sentimental thing. I could probably honestly write it in Python myself. Just every time you every time you add numbers to this, record the number that's added. Just append it to a list or something. And every time you take the losses, deduct from the numbers in the list. You could have earmarks by which battle it was. So like Gettysburg recruits from the Gettysburg campaign. Or from whatever the first battle they saw was. Ewell's trying to push up Culp's Hill, but he's sent his attack out too late. This is just going to be a massacre for them. That's one thing I love, though. I know I've said it before, but you can really see that transition from line-based warfare like O'Neill here to this fortification-based warfare happening throughout the war. It really starts to change with all these rifles now. You can see that they're not firing in synchronicity, they're firing kind of at will. Now, I mean, firing in synchronicity of these volley fires, I don't think was an accurate tactic for the Civil War either. I don't even know if it was accurate for Napoleonic warfare beyond the first 2 volleys. They would stop firing volleys because it was damn hard, and there was no real need or use for it. The morale impact, while present, wasn't really necessary, and it just greatly reduced the output of fire. So just having the troops fire as quickly as possible tended to be better. And in the interest of having something more interesting happen, we'll just fast forward this until something happens. It's as though Williams is moving down to assist O'Neill, but I think most of the Confederate push up Culp's Hill has broken. Walton stands a chance to be overrun. A chance. But as it is, he's doing just fine. I think he's got, Harper's Ferries, yeah. Oh, I need to take the E off of Buford. I didn't know it was still on there. But yeah, I think Gettysburg is the first major battle we've had where we've been this well equipped. Looks like skirmishers coming across the lake. They'll probably get stuck in there and shot out. Yeah, they lose their cover bonus when they're in the water, which is the main thing going for them. And I think the Confederates have been pushed off Culp's Hill. I would push further down, but I see no point. It would only cost me casualties, and my goal is to hold the top of the hill. If I hold the hill, I win the battle. I don't lose the men. I don't want to lose men. Especially if I can keep some brigades casualty-free, like Buford's and Trex's brigade, then it would be wonderful, because it means I can consider those divisions for carrying the army through whatever the next campaign is. Reed's been running low on ammunition, but with 15 minutes left and not the most intense combat ever seen, I am tempted to leave them as is, with the short end of their stick. Walton delivering effective fire. Williams, the only Confederate unit in actual hard contact right now. Our cannons are raining down fire from up above. Bet Scales is lost. Got 7 out of 8 guns. It's expensive, man. We had better try and capture some rebel artillery in the meantime. But yeah, we'll see if we can't go forward just a little bit quicker. I think Reed's gonna be fine though. Two and one. Let the last minute play out as the Confederate forces hold across the river. Williams will be the last pull back. Right flank we've held despite the odds. An excellent defensive position, we're fully prepared for the upcoming frontal assault. As artillery and Pickett's fresh division has been tracked, pulling behind Seminary Ridge. Upcoming suicidal attack. This is it, gentlemen. Being a scholar of history myself, I truly get chills down my spine. God. Significant protection for the stone wall. Not highly fortified. Especially that marsh. Potential to counterattack right now. Enemy is not expecting us on Seminary Ridge. Immediate push outward from cemetery might be enough to end this once and for all. 3rd Division, 2nd Division. Boys, get out there. Boys, get out there. I want to see what's going on in front of us. Probably gonna just click the button, to be honest. Looks like the men are straightening out the lines. Yeah, Cutler's boys can go there. Woodlands can go there. Richards can go there. Churches back there. Just tell me what's on top of the hill. Baxter skirmishers likely being sacrificed, more or less, yeah. Okay, now I want Baxter's men to take up positions right there. It looks as though there's a mass of Confederate artillery, a large section of Confederate units up there. With skirmishers out. Fire a single volley and then return to your units. Yeah, those Confederates are massing for an assault. On the left, though, I see no evidence of any preparation for any sort of attack whatsoever. Send these guys out as probe. Yeah, we might have a decent chance to knock out some rebel artillery here. That'd be nice. Looks as though, yes, they're massing, but they're massing under heavy artillery fire. This assault over here might disrupt that. Stewart, I know, is swinging around to our east. We have ample reserves over here. I see no need for any fear of this line breaking whatsoever. I can scarce imagine a scenario in which it wouldn't hold. No, get up there. Skirmishers may very well be able to outshoot artillery. I'm not entirely sure. since they get a cover bonus from just hanging around. Yeah, that didn't work out as well as I hoped it would, though. See a large mass of Confederates. I will give them exactly 45 minutes to attack. I will only see the initiative for that long. Yeah, looks like if we take this here, we win it outright. What's that? So if we lose anything else, we can take South Seminary and win completely. No, man, I want them gone. Oh, okay, there we go. Gone. Once we hit that 2-hour mark, I'm advancing my army up to here. Great. Palmer. Get me some eyes inside Gettysburg. I want to know what goes on. Looks like they have an artillery barrage set to hit us, and it looks like the Confederates are on the move. General advance coming down this way. Looks like they're going to hit the stony wall around Harland 2nd Corps. Fourth Corps doesn't seem to illuminate. Well, that's a lot of Confederates. I remain firmly convinced that this is the proper position to be. Though should any amount of this attack wheel around Ramazur, Iverson, looks like the entire corps has come to the party. Our artillery is already having a field day right now. This may wind up becoming a massacre. Hold on, I'm gonna teach these people how to walk in a straight fucking line. There we go. I want Anderson to pull back up here and provide a rear guard. In case Stewart tries to do anything, Devons can hold out here. Meredith's men make the first contact. Murderous. This is the assault I'm worried about. I want Anderson's men to run for just a little bit, but just really to get behind this this forest cover. There, they're fine now. And this little defensive line should... Well, A, it should eat Wilcox alive if he tries to come close. They seem to be taking cover in little pockets behind the road. This stony wall does seem reminiscent of Mary's Heights to me. Strangely enough. We outnumber them significantly on all fronts. It might honestly just be time to push the button, end the war. Or at least the battle. This rebellion has shown considerable resiliency when it comes to not being ended. I believe Kemper will break with the next volley, if not now, and there he goes. I'll go stand over here, where the men are actually engaged along the line. Harland is at the perfect position. I wonder how much cover just a road can offer. Looks like Lang is falling back and he's routed. It's almost tantamount to murder. Let us see if we can find a way to expedite this. Looks like the strongest brigades are concentrated in the center. Armistead's holding up a flank on side this farmhouse. They have a strong as nails, they have a tough as nails defensive position. I don't really think we can break. I want to break off Devons though and see if we can keep an eye, because if this flank stays open, this means that their left is up in the air for about a division and a half's worth of troops to come up and get them. And we already outnumber this. So if that's up in the air, then I'm gonna try and storm the left. But I need to know first. It seems that their hour has come and passed. I am waffling. Really. There's a lot of cannons. Cannons means casualties, and quite frankly, I'm I'm tempted not to lose the men. Armistead's coming up, following Posey. Max's men continue to hold Kemper off. Cannon fire bounds through the halls, through the valley. $150 guns. Good lord. Yeah, you two can do the weird switcheroo thing. I'm going to stump this attack before it occurs. There. Devon's put some effective cannon fire on him. That would be your left flank running away there, Mr. Lee. Just in case you were curious. Have Anderson stand by these cannons. I'm worried about their safety. Not having solid contact with Stewart's cavalry always worries me, though. Let's get up there. Actually, screw running. You dispatch some skirmishers to hit him. Cook, you're too small for skirmishers, so you can't run. And the cannons are gone, so you deal with that. There's always a way to make good of a bad situation, isn't there, Johnny? I want to crush their entire left flank. Whoever routes. This may be my limit of advance. Yes, I do think it is. Oh well. Back across the river it is. Let's go, boys. Sortied out. Didn't work as well as I hoped it would. Oh well. Cherish does not seem to want to go home, though. Kemper, though, you can get the hell back there. Cherish will not route for some reason. There he goes. His men just will not run away. They also don't really fire solid volleys either. But now they're advancing through a muddy terrain, which proved to be rather, well, terrible. And Jerish is finally in a place where he's at least in a line. Yes, I don't think their 2 brigades will push back our 5. Especially since we're the ones who pushed them back in the first place. And Harlan's over here to raise the spirits of the boys. I think that's the battle, though. The next day. I'll see you all in the next part. On this, the final day of the Battle of Gettysburg. Till then, gentlemen, good day. When you come back, we will finish this.